How are you doing? Good weekend?
Yeah, it was a pretty good weekend. Here it's very sunny. It was very sunny during the weekend, and but it's getting very warm.
Yeah.
So but it's good. It's good to spend some time out in the in the city, walk around, and to look around as well. So which is good.
We feel slightly envious of you here in the UK because bars and restaurants look to be opening up again now, and the normal way of life is returning.
Well, here, very much everything is going back to normal. People go out to meet, to go to restaurant. A lot more shops open, so things are getting back to normal, I would say. But still, there is still a restriction on the number of people to get together. For example, like if you go to a restaurant, you cannot get more than 8 people together in one table. So that is pretty strict.
It's not the best, but it seems to be relaxing. And I'm happy for Hong Kong because you've had such a bad time the last year or two with the unrest and then the COVID-19 that it seems a long time since you had some sort of normality.
Frankly, for COVID-19, we have gone through almost like 4 months, because when it started in January, it was very much affecting us. And then it started to affect us again in March. So altogether, January to April, so almost like 4 months. So it was painful, but at the same time, we feel happy. Everything is getting a little bit better in the last couple of weeks. So I feel happy, but at the same time, I feel sorry about everybody else in the world. And I hope things will get back to normal in all the other countries, because this is really a very unusual situation.
I've known you for working with Shure now for 19 years, I think, previously. And last year you decided to go solo. Tell us more about it.
Well, actually, leaving Shure is not really an easy decision. We have a pretty good relationship, that means between myself and Shure. And but because of an opportunity that they want to grow the Southeast Asia market, and somehow with family reason, I cannot make a move there. So that's why that's the only choice I can make. But at the same time, I feel happy about their development. For myself, I decided to start my business here in Hong Kong, and especially, this is already like the 25th years for me to stay in this industry. So that's why I want to do something in this industry as well. What I really want is to contribute something to this industry, and especially I would like to see in the future that I can help to develop some new talents into this industry as well. So because we need young people to take up the business in the future.
You could have easily stayed at Shure for the rest of your life, I guess. You'd been there for 20 years and you had a lot of notable achievements over that time. I mean, tell us about the early days when you first started at Shure. What was Shure Asia like in 1999?
Well, that is actually a pretty good memory for myself, because at that time when we start, in fact, for myself, I'm the number 4 of Shure Asia. At that time, the managing director, his name is Tom Anderson. He's a Canadian, and I believe he is now back to Canada, to enjoy his life. But, that was a pretty small operation at that time. There were only like 5 people in the office. Everything started from scratch. Basically, I was the sales manager looking after the rest of Asia. But you are basically the one that have to do everything. Marketing, accounting, even sometimes have to do accounting, let's say to provide some information back to the US. So that's the reason why at that time the spirit of working in the office is very different. It is like you are kind of in a startup company. You do everything by yourself. You basically work together with the other colleagues like a family.
So you've journeyed with Shure over those 20 years to create what it is today. And you've gone back to being on your own. You're back to being a pioneer again. How does that feel?
I feel really, really interesting about, getting back to a Kickstarter, kind of like a startup company, because basically I have to do everything by myself again, including going to the bank to pay bills, to set up my internet, to do everything by myself. But I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it very much, because it is like, okay, well, you start something new again. But whenever you achieve something, you have the satisfaction. You really feel like, okay, I achieved something today.
What is the goal of your company? What are you trying to achieve it in a nutshell? Is it an east-west link, or you're trying to help any companies out there that need specialized services utilizing your skills? What exactly are you offering?
With my experience and also with the network and also friendship that I have in the past, I would like to, to help companies that are interested in Asia market. But for example, currently they may not have enough resources or enough know-how about the Asian market, and I would like to help them. Let's say in case if they come to me, and then we can discuss and see what kind of development that they would like to get, and then I can offer them, a proposal, to discuss about what kind of service I can provide to them. This is exactly what I would like to do. And frankly, I would like to support as many people as possible to come into Asia. Asia is a very special market, frankly, because geographically it is so big. There are so many countries, different cultures, different languages, and it is difficult. Basically, I would say it is difficult. But at the same time, if you get somebody local and who understand the market quite a bit, then probably it can help, the companies to spend less time to enter into this market and also successfully to develop a strategy.
Now, you started the company, Alan, before all this 2020 stuff blew up. I think you're quite uniquely positioned, given that the travel restrictions that we're suffering and businesses, as this program will identify, is not as usual. How can this turn to your benefit?
Honestly, I'm optimistic about the business because whenever there is a risk or such kind of chaotic situation, it actually means that there might be some new opportunity. A lot of companies may need to find a new way to do business, to run their business. In order to do that, instead of having somebody themselves, to travel around, it might be possible for me, for my company to offer an alternative, for them to consider, for example, like, okay, if there is an agent helping them to conduct a business, to talk to their customers, to at least, to keep, the connection with the people in the market, that probably can help, even though that might not be one of the strategies that they want. For example, if it is a long-term strategy, of course, to put the people in the market might be the best. But for short-term, it might be possible to consider an alternative to appoint an agency to do it. And I believe this is, one of the possible business that I can offer.
Bravo, T. I think your services will really come into play in the next 6-12 months. And we wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I will do my best. And also, I will need a lot of support from the friends, from everywhere in the world. So, and another thing that I really want to appreciate is my former employers, including Shure, including QSC, and also Sony Corporation of Hong Kong. These are all the companies that I've spent, many years, and I've learned a lot from them. So that how they make a person like myself. They allow me to make mistake. This is very important so that I can learn from mistake and, to develop myself into an expert in this industry.